Hey everyone, Jorge Rodriguez here from jorgerodriguezonline.com. I just wanted to make a quick video demonstrating exactly how to make a blog, step by step from beginning to end. Um, One of the reasons for this, before I get started, is recently I've been getting a lot of questions about how to start a blog, and also I've been getting a lot of questions in regards to what exactly I'm doing in my business, and how it's working for me. And I get a lot of people who come up to me and say, I'm struggling in my business right now. It's not moving as fast as I hope. It's becoming extremely more difficult to attract people, and so forth. And the first question that I ask everyone who's struggling, with their business, whether it be network marketing or some other form of marketing, or whatever business it may be, is, do you have a self-branded blog? Now, 95% of the time, the people who are struggling, their answer is no, they don't have a self branded blog. And it's definitely no coincidence that these people are having trouble in their business because they're using old tactics, they're using the old methods of marketing. And it's 2011. Things have changed a little bit. The internet is more prevalent. There are more people online, and it's not the same even from 4 or 5 years ago. So what I tell these people is, that's the most important thing in your success right now in your business, is to brand yourself as an expert. Now, I talked about that in one of my other blog posts, about branding yourself as an expert. And this is kind of the next step in that. I told you the importance in doing it. And a lot of people had emailed me and they said, well, I realize it's important, but I don't know how to start a blog. I don't know the first thing about the internet, and I always hear the same excuses. When I ask people, well, why don't you have a self-branded blog? Why don't you have a blog at all? It's usually, one of a few reasons. It's always the same thing. Well, it's too difficult. I don't know anything about websites, and it's too expensive. And actually, all of those things are false. It's easier than ever to start your own blog. It's extremely cheap, and the tools that are out there now to help you with it, you can have a professional looking blog set up in just a few minutes. Now, if you read, the uh the rest of this post here, I go into why a self-branded blog is important and so forth. So I'm not going to do that in the video, but what I do want to do is get started and show you exactly, step by step, how to um create your own blog and start earning some money and actually grow your business a lot quicker than you have ever been able to do with traditional uh forms of marketing. So let's just get started right away. So first thing you want to do is go log on to my website, jorgerodriguezonline.com. You see it on the screen here. I made this extremely easy for everyone, just so that if there was anything that you missed or you have to go back to, everything is right here on my website. So it's gonna be even easier. Um, Go ahead and click on the recommended tools tab up here in the right hand corner, and this will take you to a page on my website where I explain all the tools that I use on a daily basis for my personal business. Not only do they make my life easier, but they also earn me income. So they will do the same for you. And this is one of the important parts of having your own branded blog. And in the next video, I'll get more into that. But for right now, I would just want to help you set up your blog so you can get started. And then on the next one, we'll go into detail about how to do everything else. So once you're here in recommended tools, feel free to read over, what I have written here. The first thing you want to do is actually come down here to GoDaddy. All right. Now GoDaddy is gonna provide you your domain name. So that's the first thing you're gonna need is your domain name. Now, the domain name is whatever you want your blog to be. So, however you want to self brand yourself, you know, mine's is, obviously my website is jorgerodriguezonline.com. It's my name online that tells you it's my, my internet website. And it's people will relate that to me right away. So, when you pick your domain name, you want to use your name. That's very, very critical. Make sure that you use your first and last name. And then if you want to add something at the end of it, that's completely up to you. So what I'm going to do here is, and this is the first step, is this box here. I've made it extremely easy for you. What you can do is you can type in a name, right? Whatever you want your domain name to be. So I would strongly recommend, like I said, first name, last name. So I'm gonna use something else for right now though, because um actually, you know what? I'll make it easy for you guys. I will do this. I'll make Jorge Rodriguez online, and I'll make it .info. Now, when you do your blog site, you want to use a .com. It's the most widely known. It's the most recognized extension, to a domain name. So make sure you pick something with a .com to begin with. Now, eventually, when you need other websites or whatever, you can go with a different extension because it's usually cheaper. But make sure you go with a .com to start off with. So you're gonna type in whatever domain name you want. Click .com. Make sure it's on .com. I have it on .info, but that's just for demonstration purposes. So now what you're gonna do is hit go, and this will open up a new page, and this will take you to the GoDaddy page. Now it's that simple. It'll take you here, and it'll let you know if your name is available. Now, Jorge Rodriguez Online.info is available for purchase, which means nobody else has that domain name. Now, it's just $1.99. So if I want to purchase this, it's going to cost me $1.99, and this little asterisk here just means that there's going to be tax applied to it, which is like, it's like $1 or so. You can look through this list here. If you can see down the list, it gives you the different extensions. It'll tell you why why you would want to choose one of these extensions, and it gives you the price, lets you know if it's available, and it gives you the price right here. So the next step is, once you find, if the domain name you put in is not available, then just search for another one. That's, just search until you find one that's available and that you're happy with. So the next step is to hit add. So we're going to add this domain name to our shopping cart. So if you go over to the right here, it says pending registration, one domain pending registration. So you're going to hit continue to registration. Now, here's one of the nice things about GoDaddy.com, and this is one of the things that I like most about it, is that they have these package deals, or these bundles, where you can actually you can have several domain names registered at once for a big for a big chunk of money off. So for example, if you were to purchase all these three separately, it'd be $14.99 for each one, right? And it would cost you, roughly $45. Or you can get all three at once for $20. All right. Now, you can do, if you want more, you can do the 5, and you'll save even more. Now, the reason it's important to have, several different domains is because once you establish yourself as a brand, and once people recognize you, sometimes people will purchase a domain name where, let's say somebody's looking for your website, and your website's pretty popular. You've established yourself as an expert, so now people know who you are, and people know your website. Well, somebody could potentially start a new domain with your name and a different file extension, right? I'm sorry, not file extension, just a different extension to the domain, and they are kind of stealing your traffic, right? You've branded yourself as an expert, and they're stealing your traffic, and once they've purchased it, there's nothing you can do about it because they own it. So that's the nice thing about this. Um, if you want to, purchase several domain names at once. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hit no thanks for demonstration purposes, and this will take us to the next screen. So what you want to do here is just fill in all your information, create your domain registration information, first name, last name, fill all this out. All right. Now I already have a customer login. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna actually, you know what, I will actually I'll do it this way so you guys can see. So hold on just one sec. Actually no, you know what, I'll just do the login. It'll just be quicker that way. So I will put in my email address, my password, and I will hit next. You will fill this area out here. Just put in your information and then hit next, and it'll take you to the same place that it's taken me. So it's just that I already have a login. So I'll hit next. Hold on. Apologize for that. It's login name, not the email. So, all right, that's my login. All right, so now after you fill out, all your information, it'll take you here. So what this is tells you what your domain name is, and this is how long you want to register that domain name for. So you can register it for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, however long you feel comfortable for. You can go ahead and do that. I usually like to register domain names for, usually like 2 or 3 years, for the simple fact that after 1 year, if you forget to renew your registration, which is, like a few bucks at the end of the year, then your domain will not, it won't be active. So when people try to go to your website, the website won't load until you reactivate that domain. So you can go ahead and click whichever you want. I'll just click 1 year for demonstration purposes, and you can read over what a certified domain is. Depending on why you want to blog, why you want your own site, then you could choose a certified domain. I just leave it uncertified for my blog because I'm not really, I don't really need it. I don't need the certified domain too. So go on to the next thing here. Now we are going to go down to number 3. So here you have 3 options. You can read over the options here and pick which one you want to go with. I usually just do standard registration for all of my websites. I don't really need all the other stuff. You probably won't need it either. So once you're done, you can just hit next. Now here you have the option of adding email addresses for either $249 a month. That gives you 5 email addresses. So that would be, your personal email address for your website. So for example, if your if your website was, TomSmithOnline.com, right? You would get an email address which you could use as sales@TomSmithOnline.com or info@ whatever. So instead of using like a Gmail or a free email service, it would be your own name. And you'd be surprised at um, how much just kind of people kind of just take you a little bit more serious when you have your own email address. It's just kind of a psychological thing, and you'd be surprised. It does wonders. So I would definitely recommend getting at least 5 email addresses, for different purposes. It's $249 a month. If you don't want it or you don't need it, that's fine too. So now what you want to do is come down here. Now down here you see you have option to add hosting. We're not gonna add hosting through here because we're gonna actually go through a different company called HostGator, which is the company that I use for all my websites, and I'll explain why in a little bit. But just know that you want to skip this. And if you want any additional features for your website, like to drive extra traffic to your website or a SSL certificate, then you can add that as well. But honestly, you don't need any of this because I'm going to show you in the next video exactly how to drive traffic to your website for free without spending any extra money. So you're going to hit the shopping cart next button. While this loads up, now this will tell you exactly. Let me just delete this. This is something I was working on before. So you'll have exactly you'll have your domain here, has your price, your total. So you see it's a few cents for the ICANN fee, and you have a 1 year registration or whatever it is you can choose here. This has all your information. So you're almost done with this. What you can do is hit continue to checkout. Now, if you've ever placed an order online for anything, if you've ever bought anything via the internet, this should look familiar. You can choose to pay with a credit card if you have a gift card from GoDaddy, check, or you can use PayPal. I pretty much pay for everything with PayPal. It gives a little bit of added security so people can't see your credit card number and stuff like that. Using a credit card is fine as well. I mean, GoDaddy's a very trusted company. It shouldn't be a problem. But I just like to use PayPal, because it's quick and easy. I can usually order with one click. So see here, it'll ask you, do you want to use your saved PayPal profile? And if I hit OK, it'll just bring up my information instantly right here. See, I don't have to set anything up. Everything is here, So what you want to do is come over here and hit I have read and agreed to the terms and conditions, and make sure that that the price here is what you thought it was going to be. If you have a .com, this will probably end up being somewhere around $10 to $15. So just bear in mind that this is only $2 because I chose a .info, So, but like I said before, I would strongly recommend you stick with a .com. So what you're gonna do is hit place order now, and you'll get a screen. Excuse me. So you'll get your confirmation screen with your number, with your confirmation number or whatever. And I'm not going to actually place this order because I don't need this. I don't need this domain name. So just know that once you hit place order, you'll get your confirmation. You'll also get an email with your confirmation. The next step is once you've purchased your domain name, you're going to want to go back to my website, JorgeRodriguezOnline.com, And now what we're gonna do is you're gonna need some web hosting. So if you're not familiar with what web hosting is, it's the easiest way I can explain it is pretty much, for example, if you wanted to build a house from the ground up, you would need a plot of land to build the house on first. So you can't just build a house wherever you want. You have to own the land first, and then you can build on top of it. Well, it's the same way with a website. You can't just put up a website wherever you want. You have to have your own hosting company first. So the hosting company, the web host, is like your plot of land that you can put your website on or your blog. So what you want to do is scroll down here to WordPress hosting and click on the image. This will take you to the HostGator website, and this is the web host that I use for all of my websites. Um, you want to click on View Web Hosting Plans, and here you can see the three different plans that they offer: the hatchling plan, the baby plan, or you can get the business plan. Now, I would strongly recommend you don't do the hatchling plan for one simple reason. With the hatchling plan, you can only ever use one domain with this web host. So whatever domain you just registered will be the only domain that you can ever add to this web host. If you go with the baby plan or the business plan, you can add unlimited domains. So eventually, if you're serious about network marketing, or if if you may want to start another website for whatever it is that you want to start, then you'd be able to put all of those websites underneath one host and only pay one monthly fee, rather than having to host to get another hosting service to add another website. So think of it this way: it's like you buy one plot of land that's big enough to fit multiple houses on, rather than at discount, rather than buying multiple plots of land, you know, at different times and spending more money. So I would go with the baby plan. It gives you unlimited domains, unlimited disk space, and unlimited bandwidth. And what this means is that you'll be ensured that there will never be a cap on your website. So if you once your website starts blowing up, and you're getting thousands of hits a day, this will ensure that your website goes smooth, and people are not rejected from coming to the site because of too much traffic. So that's really important. You're probably not going to need the business plan. The business plan has everything the baby plan has, and they add a toll-free number and private SSL and IP, which are both nice features, but for what you're doing, you're probably not going to need it. So I would go with the baby plan. And here you also have you have several choices. You can register for 3 years at once at 636. So, you can set it for 3 years, forget about it, and not have to worry about it for that time. Or you can go monthly and pay a dollar some extra, $1.30 extra, and pay per month. So, whichever deal you're comfortable with, then go ahead and do that. Just realize that um, it's a lot easier to not have to worry about paying monthly, unless you go on auto draft, which is what I have for my website. So they pull out the $8 and I don't even realize it's gone. You know what I mean? That's a meal at McDonald's or something like that. So you can go ahead and click on whichever you want. Um, it'll take you here. Now, what you want to do is type in over on the right hand side. You want to type in the domain that you just purchased. So whatever it is that you just purchased, type it in here. So let's say, say it's Jorge Rodriguez online.info, and you want to hit continue to step 2. Now, this is all correct. The baby plan. Um, you want to do the same thing here. Just create a username and your password. All right, fill out the billing information here. Once again, you can pay with credit card or you can pay with PayPal. Um, whatever you choose. Go down here, just make sure everything's all right. You have a 45-day money guarantee, money back guarantee. Make sure all this is, properly set up. Total due $796. Create account. Now I won't click on this because I already have hosting. So once you hit create account and you get your confirmation email, what you're gonna want to do is, and this is very simple, you want to have two screens open, or two tabs, I should say. So open up an extra tab and go to GoDaddy.com and log in. Let me just log out here so I can show you guys. You want to log in with the information that you had used for GoDaddy. So let me just enter your information, hit login. Now what you want to do is click on my account, and this will take you to all your settings and everything. So this here shows you, all the domains that you've purchased. Now these are the ones that I have, on this name or whatever. So what you want to do is next is we want to set up this see, right now this domain name is not pointed anywhere. So if you type this in to into your web bar up here and you try to go, it'll tell you that there's nothing there because we haven't connected the web hosting and the domain name. So what we're going to do next is connect the two, and it's actually very simple to do. What you want to do is log into, first you're logged in here into GoDaddy so you can access some information. And then what you want to do is click on, one second, hold on. You want to click on the domain that you purchased, right? Now this will take you to another screen here. All right, so this is the first screen you're gonna get, right? You want to scroll down where it says name servers. This is what we need to set, and the name servers are what will point the domain name to your web hosting. Now this is very easy to do. What you want to do is leave this open, go to your HostGator. Once you've filled everything out and you got your confirmation email, log into your HostGator cPanel. Now you're gonna get an email explaining exactly how to do that. One of the easy ways to do it, you can just follow the instructions in the email. It'll give you a link and you can click on it. So I'm going to go to my cPanel, which stands for control panel. So once you follow the link that they sent you to get to your HostGator cPanel or your control panel, what you're going to want to do is just scroll down, and on your left hand side you're going to see all the way at the bottom it says name servers here. What you want to do is take both of these name servers, highlight them. You want to copy it, go back to your domain manager. Remember where we were at name servers? Now, yours will not have anything here probably. Mine's is already set up, so that's why you see something there. But what you want to do is set up your name server. So you want to hit set name servers and click on I have specific name servers for my domains. And remember, what we just copied, you want to paste it into this first name server box right here. That's name server number 1. And then you want to go back to your cPanel, copy the second one, and then you want to put that in this box here. Now, like I said, there's stuff in here already because I've done this before. I've set this up. So yours are going to be empty. But once you put that in, you're going to hit OK. And now, once you do this, sometimes it takes a few minutes. Sometimes it takes a few hours. The key is to be patient with this part. If you try to go to your website, so whatever your website was, like jorgerodriguezonline.info, when you type this in, and when you try to go there, it won't load up right away because it takes a little while for the name servers to recognize your website. So just be patient and give it some time and let it load up. Now, once that's done, what you're going to do is you're going to go to, we can close this domain manager. This is all we needed from here. If you ever need, and if you ever need to do anything with your domain name, as far as if you need to forward the domain to anything, or your email accounts, or whatever you want to mess with, you can do that here in the domain manager. So we're done with this. We don't need this anymore, so I'm just gonna close this for now. Now you're pretty much you're done with the hard part. I mean, if you considered that hard. But now all you're gonna do is, still in the same HostGator cPanel, now what we want to do is install the WordPress blog platform. Now, WordPress is one of the, if not the most popular blog platform. It's easy to set up. It's easy to update. Anybody that can type on a computer can use WordPress. It's very, very simple to use, and it's very simple to set up with HostGator. And that's another reason why I really like using HostGator rather than going with the GoDaddy, with the GoDaddy hosting. I prefer to go with the HostGator hosting. So what you're gonna do is you're going to go to, all right, so you're gonna scroll down, and towards the bottom where it says software services, you want to do quick install. Now, over here on the left hand side at the bottom, you want to hit WordPress. All right. Now, this tells you a little bit about the WordPress, platform. If you want to hit continue. So what you want to do is fill this information out. Make sure that your website is listed here. This is one of my other websites, so now make sure that this is here. This you can leave blank. Type in your email, your blog title, first name, last name, install now. All right. Once that's all done, now I'm not going to do it because I've already installed it. Once that's all done, and your WordPress blog is, it'll be functional after this. What you want to do is go to you want to go to your website, right? Now, I'll show you how this works. So this is my website here, right? This is my blog. Now, whenever I want to update my blog, all you have to do is type in your website domain. So mine is Jorge Rodriguez online.com. And what you want to do is type in slash WP, which stands for WordPress, dash admin. So it's going to be your domain slash WP admin. So mine is Jorge Rodriguez online.com slash WP admin. This will take you to the WordPress login page. Now, what you want to do here is whatever your username and password was, you want to type that in. So it's usually admin for the username until you change it, or whichever, if they sent you a different one, and you want to type in your password. Log in. Oh, sorry about that. Now, this here is your WordPress dashboard. This is where you will be adding new content to your website. Any new posts that you want to put up will be done right here. You can do a the quick press on here. If there's something very quick that you want to put up, a quick post, you can give it a title, type in some content, put some tags, and now I'll explain the tags in the next video. But this is a very quick way to make a blog post. What you want to do is over here on the left hand side, where it says post, you want to hit add new. And here you want to type in a title for your post. All right, you're going to want to write whatever it is, whatever your post is about, you want to write that in here. And then you have all your regular, tools up here. So if you want, everything you're used to. If this is not showing the bottom one, there's this button all the way on the right here. If you click this is the show hide kitchen sink, which is this bottom row. And this is going to be useful. You're going to need this once you start optimizing your website. And like I said, I will show you how to do that exactly in the next video. But for right now, I just want you to get familiar with how to add a post. So I'm going to actually make a fake post. I'll end up deleting it, but so this is a test, and then come down here. This is just a test post. Now I can do whatever I need to do with this here. I can bold it, I can make it bigger, I can make this like a heading. I can style this up, put this in the middle. I can add a picture up here. See where it says upload insert? This first one here is a picture. So you can upload a picture from your computer, from the internet, from if you have a URL. But if, let's say, you want to do something from the computer, you want to hit select files, and then find on your computer wherever you have the picture that you want to use. So let's say let's say I want to use, we'll just use this here. So let's say I want to use the logo that I have for my website that you would just hit upload, and then you can mess with, you can give it a title. All this stuff here, I'll show you exactly what to do with this, and also in the next video. And then what you want to do is Decide which size you want it, medium, large, or full. I'm just gonna do full for right now, and then hit insert into post. Now, this is the picture here. It's on the right hand side. That's because this option here is on right. Now if I hit center and hit update, and then it'll be right here in the middle. All right. So this is the basics of how to put together a blog post. And it literally is this simple. You type in, whatever you want your title to be, type some text, insert a picture or two, a video once you get to that point, and I'll show you how to do that as well. And then all you want to do, now you're not going to have this here on the right hand side yet, but I'll show you what that is later. You just want to scroll down until you see this blue publish button. You're going to hit publish. All right. Now this post that we just put together is actually live on the website. So if you want to see it, you can click up here. All right. Or actually here, you can click view post right here, and it'll take you directly to what we just did. So you see this is my website, and here's the blog post, and it's that simple. That's all you have to do. All right. Now people can, now your blog won't look like this because this is my layout, but whatever your layout is, this is how it'll look. Now your layout will be very simple to begin with, but because you have a paid WordPress blog, you can actually upload a different professional looking layout for free. And I'll show you exactly how to get that right now as well. It's very simple. There is a free WordPress, but the thing with the free WordPress is that you can't upload your own layout. So they have some pretty bland looking layouts in the free one, and it's not very attractive, and people aren't gonna take you serious if you if you have one of the free layouts. They're just gonna think that you were too cheap to invest in your own website or whatever. So that's one of the positives to having the paid WordPress site. Now, realize that even though it's a paid WordPress site, all you paid was literally probably $10 for your domain name. I paid, I showed you can get one for $2 if you really want to, but I suggest with a .com. So $10 for a domain name, $8 for hosting. That's $18. Your domain name is good for a whole year. So you only pay that $10 one time a year. The hosting is a monthly thing, or if you decided to pay it up front in a year, then you can do that as well. So for $8 a month, you can have your own website. $8 a month. That's all it costs. $8 every month. All right. If you decide to do it in a year, then you'll save a couple dollars, and it'll probably come out to around $50 a month. I'm sorry, not a month, a year. So $50 for the whole year if you decide to do it up front, or you could do the $8 a month. So when people say that it's having a website is too expensive, it costs too much. Well, I just proved to you it's $8. $8 is a meal at McDonald's. It's it's not even, you can't even get a ticket to the movie theaters for $8 anymore. So just to put it into context. Well, the last thing I'm going to show you in this video is how to set up a different layout for your website. So you can actually go ahead and click on dashboard. It'll be up in this corner. And where you scroll down to appearance here, and down here is the different themes that you'll have installed. When you first start, you're only going to have this one here. This is probably what it'll look like when you install it. So you see it's very bland. If I hit preview, you can see what it looks like. So this is what it would look like. It's very bland, very boring, so you don't necessarily want well, you don't want something that looks this simple because it's cheap to have something that looks very nice. So what you want to do is um, you want to add a theme. So you want to install themes. Now, here's what you can do. You can search for a theme, or if you go online and look for a theme, you can also upload that. So here's what I'll do. We'll do a term. Let's do um, business. See what pops up. Search. Now this gives you a number of different layouts you can use. All right. Whatever layout that you like. Let's say you want to preview it. You like this layout here, right? So this is what your WordPress site will look like when you install this. So whichever one you choose, you're just gonna hit install, and then you'll follow the directions right on the screen. It's like a two-step process. Now, what I suggest you do is search for themes, right? Free WordPress themes. You can go, there's a number of different sites you can go to. Let's say we just click on this one, and you can find some really nice themes in these pages. You just have to, sometimes it takes a little while to find one that you like, but they're free. You can just go through it, go to a different website. So let's say you like this one. You click on this. You're going to hit download theme. All right. Now, if you're on a PC, it'll look a little bit different than this, but just save it. Save the file, all right? Whether you're on a PC or a Mac, just save the file. Go ahead and hit OK. Enjoy yourself in Australia.zip, right? Now, clear. Let's just clear this out. So it downloaded. Now, all you have to do is, remember when we hit appearance here? Install themes. You're going to hit upload, browse, and wherever you saved that to, I'm just going to Australia. Hold on. Wherever you saved it, just find where you saved it. It'll be different for you from what I'm doing. But just find the zip file, right? So here it is. Enjoy yourself in Australia.zip. So hit open. And then you want to hit install now. All right? Now, it says theme installed successfully. You can preview it, activate it, all right? What you want to do is hit activate. I'm not going to activate this because I don't want to change my website around, but if you preview it, this will show you, exactly what your blog is going to look like. So you see, this was a very simple and cheap way to get a professional looking layout, as opposed to paying somebody hundreds of dollars to, to set something up for you and design it. So that's pretty much everything that you need for this video. What I would suggest is, once you get to this point, start messing around with the post. Add a few new posts, just some test posts to see how everything works. You can click around here in the dashboard and figure out what everything is. In the meanwhile, and in the next video, what I'm gonna get into is actually how to start driving traffic to your website, and a few other technical things as far as SEO integration, which stands for search engine optimization. So when somebody searches something on Google, they find your website. Now that's going to be free traffic for you. So like I said, we'll get into that in the next post. So I know this was a lengthy video, but I just wanted to go through everything. So if you still have any questions or you missed something, go back in the video, watch it again. If you still have a question and there's anything you didn't understand, feel free to get in contact with me. Email me, call me. You can text me. My number is up on my website. So whatever you need help with, just let me know. And just make sure you come subscribe to my feed on jorgerodriguezonline.com so you can get the next video, because the next video will explain, kind of the most important parts of having the blog. Now I'll show you exactly what to do to turn that blog into money with the next video. So once again, thanks for watching. I hope I helped you along the way, and just mess around with this, get to know it. And if you have any questions, contact me. Make sure you visit jorgerodriguezonline.com and stay tuned for the next video. All right.